Alright everyone, welcome back to my channel. So we are back with our full review of a fragrance that I reviewed and did my first impression of about 10 days ago. I was the first one to review it on YouTube, and so I'm not sure if anybody's reviewed it since. I know it is released fully now, and it is by Valentino. It's Valentino Uomo, Born in Roma, Intense. So I'm doing my full review, giving you the performance, all of that. So without further ado, let's get it. Alright everyone, my great smelling dudes, all of you guys, welcome back to my channel. This is Randy, aka FragranceDoud, back with another new release, full review. You guys know it, I absolutely love this fragrance, surprisingly, because I know a lot of people had mixed reviews on whether it was coming out, whether it was going to be a redundant release. I love the Born in Roma line, so this is by Valentino. It is Uomo Born in Roma Intense. I'm just going to call it the Intense. So the bottle is the only issue I have with this fragrance because it looks very similar to Coral Fantasy. The only way to tell the difference is there's a little bit of a darker hue, and one of my subs pointed out that the lettering is more of a lighter pink than the dark pink on Coral Fantasy. So with that said, I reviewed this last week and I was really kind of confused on whether it was going to be a good release or a bad release, because some people were saying that Valentino doesn't need a new release. This is just going to be an intense version of the original. And honestly, they didn't do that. I was thinking kind of the same thing, that it might not be, it might be another cash grab, kind of like the YSL that I reviewed yesterday. But with that said, it is not really a cash grab to me. I know somebody said that Chaos, I'm blocked from his channel, so I can't see anything, but somebody told me that Chaos said that this was kind of just like a meh fragrance, and I completely disagree. I think that if you are looking for a different version, like a vanilla bubblegummy sweet type fragrance, then this is up there with the best. It is, to me, better than Invictus. I think this is the best one in the Valentino Uomo Born in Roma line. I love Yellow Dream. I like the original, that sea saltiness. It's really nice with that mineral quality. Then you have that red candy apple tobacco mixture with Coral Fantasy, which is good too, and I like them in that order. The Coral Fantasy is my least favorite, but I still do like it. This one, so I'm not going to give you the main notes. They only give you 3, and they're kind of backwards, but it's vanilla, lavender, and vetiver. You do get all 3, but you also do get woods. You get some other things in there mixing in. But the main thing you need to know from this fragrance is the lavender, the woods, and then also you do get that smoky vetiver underneath. That's not really a main note. I don't know why they made a main note. And then you also do get that lavender. So when you first spray this on, it is a bubblegummy sweet version of the original if you took away that mineral and sea saltiness. I know a lot of people didn't like that part of it. I like that part of it. And this one, it's just a different take. It's not exactly the same type of bubblegummy sweetness you get with the original, but it's definitely in there. It's like a sweet lavender mixed together with a little undertone of vanilla. And it says that vanilla is in the opening, and it is there, but it's not a full vanilla in the opening. It's more of just like there's definitely some other type of sweetness in here. Whether it's like an apple or something like that, it's definitely mixed in here. It's well blended, so I can't tell. As you work your way into the fragrance, you get that smoky vanilla. It is a slightly smoky vanilla undertone that pulls up, and the vanilla mixes in, and you become like a lavender with a slightly smoky vanilla, and it almost has like a leathery tinge to it as you get further into the fragrance. It's actually quite nice. It is, I said it as well as did a few other reviewers that I speak with. It is kind of like if you took a lot of the original mixed with the vanilla from Coral Fantasy or from Yellow Dream, and then a little bit of the aromatics and sweetness from Coral Fantasy, and kind of just mixed them all together and made a nice fragrance that is going to be youthful, but also be wearable for the older people in my era. Probably, it's not going to be masculine or anything like super masculine. I would say this is leaning closer to unisex, but it's still in the for men type realm. I wouldn't say that women should wear this, but with that said, It's a really nice fragrance. If you want to get noticed, if you want to compliment getting fragrance, my wife likes this. I got 2 compliments on it just wearing it the 3 times that I wore it. The Valentino Intense is just something that if you want an easy wear fragrance, that is going to be a great random pull from your collection that lasts you around 7 hours. So I do get about 7 hours, which is about 2 hours more than the original, and it's about an hour more than Coral Fantasy. If you spray it on clothes, you get about 10 hours or so. It is a really good fragrance. That vanilla coming in with that little bit of smoke and leathery undertone. You also do get a little bit of a woodiness, but it's never too woody. It's never too leathery, never too smoky. It's just kind of like undertoned nuances. It's just a sweet, youthful, nice all year round fragrance. If you're looking for a very easy wear, this is going to definitely do it. For somebody who is like a niche snob or somebody who likes the eclectic fragrances and they don't like designers too much, this is probably not going to do it for you. But for me, I like designer fragrances. I like the mass appealing fragrances. I like the Born in Roma line, and this is doing it for me. I definitely can see myself wearing this. I mean, if I get a fragrance in and it's a new release and I don't like it, I'll either return it or I'll give it away to one of you guys, or I just won't wear it and it'll be sitting in my collection for a while until I do sell it. But with that said, this one is going to be one that I've already worn 3 times in the 7-8 days that I've had it. And I like the bottles too. Again, the bottles are based on the ancient structures of ancient Rome, kind of like the way that they built their buildings. They had those in their churches, they had those little things that stick out. So just in case you didn't know that, that's what all these diamond looking things are. And then the sunset of Rome is where they got the idea for this color. It's a coral sunset that they do have over the over Rome, like beaches and stuff like that. They get that every once in a while, and so they called it Coral Fantasy, and then they also kept that same color scheme with this one, which I think is a good idea, but also I think they kind of botched it. They should have probably made the bottle all black, in my opinion. But then it probably would have looked like the original. Maybe they should have just kept a different color. But I'm not going to keep you guys here all day, so I'm just going to summarize it here. In the opening, you get a lavender, you get a sweetness, and a little bit of like a fruity tone. It's more of like a little bit different take on that bubblegummy sweetness you get in the original, minus the sea salt, minus the mineral qualities. While they might still be in there very, very nuanced, you can't really tell them. You're really focused on that youthful bubblegummy sweetness. Moving into an aromatic lavender that really moves in with that nice undertone of smoke with the vanilla, undertone of leather, and then a little bit of woods. The fragrance is a moderate to above average projector for the first 2 hours, as it does tone down and becomes a little bit closer to the skin, but it gives you a nice personal bubble. It gives you a nice sillage. It's not going to be beast mode. It's not even going to be an above average scent after that 2 hours. It's going to be just a more of a personal bubble, which again, this is going to be something that's going to get you compliments. But if you're one of those people that likes to fill up a room, it's not going to do it for you. I know the word intense is going to be used a lot lately with a lot of fragrances. I wouldn't really call it intense. It is a more intense version of the original mixed with some pieces from the other two, but it is what it is. It's a 7-hour fragrance. It's going to be one that you're going to get compliments with. Women do find it appealing, and so that's pretty much it. Let me know if you guys have tried this. I know a few of my subscribers have already picked it up, and they agree with me. It is one of the best bubblegummy sweet fragrances as far as mass appeal out there, as well as that really nice vanilla. If you like the vanilla from Yellow Dream, you will like the dry down from this, because that vanilla is very similar. It's like that creamy vanilla, and again, an undertone of smokiness, leather, and woods. Other than that, thank you guys so much. That is my full review. If you want to know any more about it, please let me know in the comments. Again, like, comment, subscribe, and I'll be back with another one. Peace out.